So it's been a minute. I uploaded one video and I kind of got a little like lazy during lockdown and haven't filmed since. So today I decided to film a little bit of a makeup tutorial. This is kind of like this is not an everyday look. It is an everyday look minus the lashes. Like, the lashes are not an everyday thing. So yeah, I filmed an everyday look with lashes. So I'm going to talk about the products I use, starting with concealer. Lately I've been obsessed with this Hourglass Vanish concealer. It goes on so flawlessly. It lasts all day and it's so light, and I don't find that it creases a lot. So I really like this, and I think it's gonna be my go-to for a very long time. So yeah, that's the concealer I used today. Lately for contour, I've been obsessed with the Fenty cream bronzers. I use the shade Macchiato, and it just blends so nicely, especially for drier skin. It's really easy to blend, and even if you swatch it, it's really creamy and not drying at all. So that's it blended out. It's really light, really subtle. I'm not into a very harsh contour anymore. I'll contour a lot, but I don't want it to look like I contoured a lot, so I really like this for that. Afterwards, I used my Dior Air Flash foundation. Lately, I have not been using this, but it's usually my go-to. Lately, I've been using my Dior Forever Undercover, and I've been mixing it with the NARS Radiant Tinted Moisturizer just to give it a little bit more radiance. And so, because this is a really matte foundation, so I add this in so it's not as matte. So usually that's my go-to, but it is a little bit more full coverage. So I went in with this and didn't use as much of it. I think I concealed more today than I did with putting foundation on. So yeah, so I use the Air Flash. Air Flash is really good for that. So if you want a really lightweight natural foundation, Air Flash is a good one to go to. But it is also good for building up to a medium to full coverage. It's really, really easy to use, and I know people kind of get thrown off by the fact that it's a spray, but I honestly spray it onto my sponge or my brush, and I put it on normally, and it works just fine. So yeah, that's the foundation I used. So for my eyes, I did use 3 different things. I used the KKW Matte Smoke palette. I'm obsessed with this. It's really, really cool tone. I love my cool tone nudes. So from here on are my go-tos all the time. I use them a lot, and it is one of my favorite palettes. Her palettes actually are really nice, and I feel like her shadows blend out really easily too. So yeah, that's what I used today. I also used my Natasha Denona. This is also another favorite. So let's talk about loose powders, bronzer, and blush. All were Hourglass. I am a big fan of Hourglass products. I love them. I am a Dior girl mainly, but Hourglass is my second go-to sometimes, most of the time. The only translucent powder that I've fallen in love with and always go back to is the Hourglass Vanish translucent, or no, not Vanish, the Veil. The Hourglass Veil translucent powder is my favorite. It does not crease, it does not dry under my eyes, it does not look cakey, and I barely need any for under my eyes. So this is my favorite powder ever. Highly recommend this. And I also used, where is my Hourglass bronzer? I used the Hourglass bronzer in Radiant Bronze Light. I'm obsessed with these. It's so weird though, when you swatch them, it doesn't look pigmented at all. It just looks like a shimmer. But when you put it on your face, it gives so much warmth I'm obsessed with it. It's my favorite bronzer. I usually go for Guerlain, and I love my Guerlain bronzer, but this is like my favorite right now. So Hourglass bronzer, and then my Hourglass blush in the shade Diffused Heat. I love this blush so much. It gives you that sunburnt, like sun-kissed look. I didn't go for that look today, but I still used it. It's a really nice pop of color, but it's also not overwhelming at all. And I also went in with my powder from MAC. So at the end of like all of this, I always go over with a powder foundation. I do this thing called the buffing technique that, I don't know if like everyone knows who these people are, but Sonia and Fiza, they actually like put out this technique, and pretty much you just get your favorite brush, a good powder foundation. I'm gonna need a new one soon. And you kind of just buff out all the makeup. So I really like this because it kind of makes all the harsh lines disappear. And harsh lines like your contour line, it makes it look more blended. It doesn't look like you just drew on, you know what I mean? So yeah, I went in with this guy after, and it's my favorite powder ever. I always try different powder foundations. This is always my go-to. I don't think I will try anything else after. I'm just gonna stick with this because I love it. So yeah, I use that to buff out my makeup at the end, and it's bomb. And I've had this for like 3 years, and there's still a lot of product. So yeah. Anyways, lately I've been using Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. I've been really hyping up Morphe lip liners because the price is unbelievable and the colors are amazing. The formula is really, really nice. But lately, I've been using this in the past couple weeks. It's the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in shade Foxy Brown. These are amazing. They literally last all day. It's actually insane. Like even with matte lipsticks, I've never been able to find something that'll last even after you eat something that has like an oilier base. This lasts. It's insane. Like I actually struggle wiping this off more than I do my mascara. And it gives such a nice shape to the lips, especially when you're over drawing them without making them look like you overdrew them. So yeah, I really, really like these. They are a little bit overpriced, but they're so good. So when I was done lining my lips with the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner, I went in with a MAC lipstick. It's an amplified cream, and it's called Sexy. It's S apostrophe, I think, and then Sexy. And it's such a pretty nude. I love cool tone nudes, cool tone browns. I don't know why. I like warm tones as well, but I'm more of a cool tone girl. But yeah, I got this at the Makeup by Mario masterclass, and it's been one of my favorite lipsticks since. I really, really like this. I don't know if they actually sell this in store because I've actually never seen it before, but maybe I just missed it. But it's such a pretty lipstick, and it's such a pretty formula too. It's so hydrating and doesn't dry out your lips at all, and it actually lasts pretty long as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this whole video. I know I'm very awkward and I'm still getting used to talking to a camera, so it's gonna take a little bit of time for me, but I think I'm gonna try and dedicate more time to filming videos for YouTube, because I do want to make it kind of like a thing in my life. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this, and yeah, so thanks for watching.